Hey guys, today I'm going to look at a series of ads from relationship and couples, therapists, and coaches. Talk about what I see working, what I think could be improved, what you can take from this to improve your ads so that you can attract more customers into your business. So let's just get started. Well, we'll start at the beginning. So in this program, we're going to have an ad. It's going to take us to a landing page or some other option. And then we're going to hopefully get someone to take an action, like enter an email address or take a step further moving along. I've been through all these. So my takeaways going through this, and we'll see this as we get through the ads, is one, people are going to ask, is this for me? So we want to make sure that we're answering that question right away with our ads. And you can do that by niching down or making the person reading the ad feel like you really understand what they're going through. Two, are you offering a differentiated point of value? And then the last thing is asking them to step over a low hurdle, like give us their email address so we can continue the conversation going forward. So let's get into it. So this is the first ad I saw. I thought this was decent, but not great. Hi, I'm Jennifer, whatever. I help couples improve their emotional and physical relationships for 2 decades. My self-paced online course brings my relationship expertise directly to you at a fraction of the cost. So I felt like this ad was interesting. She had a video. You can go through it. It wasn't outstanding. But what I felt was working for this is this idea of bringing the result at a cheaper price was added value to whoever's going through this. Now, you click this learn more button and you basically just come through her website, and then you could like take this quiz. The messaging and call to actions on the website wasn't that great. I think you could improve this by really spelling out how this thing works and how you can get the result you want at a fraction of the price. But that was ad number 1. I felt like it was okay. Number 2, Jewish Gentile couples. I love this ad. I think the niche aspect of this was huge, really well done. I'm sure these guys are doing well with this. You make people feel comfortable, like you're not alone. You talk about a stat about what's happening, and then you basically say who you are, what you do, how you help. And then if somebody sees this ad, they instantly know, wow, this is for me. And the call to action on this was either was sending a message on Messenger, so you get them to respond instantly. So I love this ad. I think it's very powerful. I think they could have gone a step further and dove into the emotions of like, if you're experiencing these emotions as part of this, that would improve what was happening here. All right, here's another one. Power Couple Profit Workshop. Again, I love this niche. Entrepreneurs who are in a relationship together, who are in business together, you get it instantly, the Power Couple Profit Workshop. We're going to improve your relationship and we're going to help you make money. You can assume a lot of these ideas from just seeing that. The writing in this ad was, okay, I felt like this was kind of a confusing section, but then you get into this. Does this sound familiar? Which is a great thing, I think, to put in your ads. Do you feel this way? 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 It's like, if you are feeling those things, and that's, those are characteristics of your ideal target customer, it makes it really easy for them to say, yes, this is for me, and I see how you're going to help. So I like this ad. This one was good. Also, working parents with kids aged 3 to 12. Great niche, very specific. These are parents who are corporate employees, entrepreneurs, small business owners. So if you're one of these, it's easy to say, yeah, this is for me. And then this landing page was also okay. There was a lot of like, do you wish you had, are you struggling with? Those are all ideas on helping the reader understand, is this for me? Do I feel like this guy understands me? So you can add, feel free. Not a lot of design on this page, which is fine. I've seen pages with low design convert really well. I think this headline was great. Learn the secret busy working parents are using to overcome the stress, restlessness, and guilt of parenting with limited time. So solid headline. Click here to get started. Okay. Next one, I felt like this one was okay. Pretty vague ad, pretty vague thing here. So you're hooked on marriage. I get it. So for married couples, from engaged couples to empty nesters, we're great for everyone. So this could definitely be improved by making it stronger. They had a nice video, but it wasn't really that impactful. And then just basically this learn more takes you to their web page, which is pretty generic. So I think this can be improved by being more specific. If they help all these people, they should have an ad for engaged couples, for empty nesters specifically. Here's another one. Marriage burnout is very real. Women who are burnt out, and then it gets even more specific here. If your marriage can be saved, even if your husband is checked out and lost all interest. So very specific to what the problem is. And if you're a woman who is in a relationship where you feel stuck and your husband's checked out, this is you. And you might ask for more information because who else is being that specific in their ads? So that's interesting. The 5-step game plan for smart women to use to save their marriage, whether their husband is on board or not. Click a spot. So this is like a free webinar or like a sales video, but they're collecting an email address as part of that process. I think this is great. Again, not a lot of design. I kind of like this iPhone note being the ad thing. I think this could be maybe written a little bit more clearly, but this is good. All right, next one. Reignite your relationship basically is the main point. I think there's a lot of people that feel this, and somewhere in reigniting the relationship is interesting. This ad, I got a little bit distracted by all the emojis. It was a little bit overwhelmed, but maybe again, that's like speaking more to people, like maybe a woman who likes more emojis. I don't know. But again, you're trying to connect with the person and then book your first session, call to action. Here's another one. I like this one because it had this like quiz. I think I would say quiz here instead of test, because first I was like, are they testing their ad? That seems weird, but basically a series of questions that if you're answering these questions and you're like, oh yeah, I kind of have these problems, you know this is for you. And then this link just took to her Instagram page. So I would do something more specific with that. Either collect an email address, give a download. And you could even download this quiz. Say download this quiz and do it with your partner. And then that would get you a lead at least that you could open the conversation with. But just going straight to your IG profile. Maybe you get a follower, maybe you don't, but you don't know anything about who is going through that. All right, here's another one. Utah Divorce Coaching and Consulting. Their business name is so specific that if this is you, you're probably going to look at this. So discover your best path forward in divorce. Very interesting. They have a video, and then you click through and you go to their link tree, and you have access to a bunch of options that you could get started with. So that's good. I think it could be better by having just one step, because you want to know where this is breaking down, and too many steps can confuse people and then they might decide to do nothing. But if you know they're deciding yes or no on a single option, you can improve the perceived value of that option and get them to go forward. So out of all the ads we just looked at, these are the niches we saw. So couples, very generic, Jewish Gentile couples, power couples, parents with kids aged 3 to 12, engaged couples to empty nesters. So that's kind of everybody, but there's some specifics in there. And then women who want to save their marriage, who feel like their husband is not engaged in that process. We had reignite your relationship. So there's some assumptions about kind of being stuck there. And then we have navigating divorce. So these are all like niches that had been called out in these ads specifically. The more targeted you could get about who you're going to help, the more specific you can be, the more likely somebody's going to engage with your ad, and the more likely it's going to convert and actually mean something to your business. So I brainstormed about 20 other ideas that you could use if, you could pause this and just like look through them. But the idea is think really hard about who it is that you help, who you want to help, and then get specific in your ads about, that idea. So again, these ads, if you think about somebody scrolling through and seeing this and thinking, oh, is this for me? These ones I felt like were very, very specific. So have an element of that in your ads as you're putting it together. Do you understand what I'm going through when I see this? I want to answer those questions. There's some ideas of like, does this sound familiar, or are you struggling with this? Do you wish you had? You can have some of those kind of sections in there. I think that's great. And then really thinking about the point of differentiated value. And this is Alex Hormozi's value equation. You can use this to build elements of your offer. But the only one that I really saw pushing the dream outcome higher, which increases the value of what the offer is, was the power couple one. So if you're going to increase, how good your relationship is, and you're going to increase your business, there's a lot of value in that offer. Perceived likelihood of achievement. Very hard to use testimonials with, these kind of relationship offers because it's so personal to what people have gone through. And I don't, you probably can't even do that in some, with some compliance rules. But you can say, I've done this for 20 years or something like that. You can talk about yourself. And then in terms of time, delay, and effort and sacrifice, most people have left this out, but if you can come up with a way to make this seem like it's going to be easier. So for example, these guys here, if you're in this group, you feel like these guys know me. I feel like that's going to be easier to go through what I'm going through, knowing that they know what I'm about. So that can increase the value. And then the one that, I also like this one is my self-paced course at a price that's a fraction of the cost what everybody else offers. So almost all of these offers were like, let's do sessions, which if everybody's doing that, then you're just in a sea of everybody kind of doing the same thing with a different specialty, which is okay. You could still win that way. But this was one of the only ones that was like, hey, you could do this at a fraction of the cost and like go through it together. And there's a scalability with that. I'm not sure how well she's doing, to be honest. I don't know her numbers, but she was really the only one that had that point of differentiation of actually lowering the price so that your price to value ratio tips the scale and maybe you're more likely to purchase. So these are all things to think about if you're putting together your ads, your offer. How are you, making it very obvious that this is for your target customer? Are you niching down? Are you talking about how you understand what they're about? Do you offer any points of differentiated value? And are you asking them to take a step over a small hurdle by collecting your email address so that you can improve, you can have a conversation with them into the future. So try all these things and run it. Let me know how it goes and report anything back to me. I would love to hear how it works for you. Thanks.